Just when you think we couldn't get any more new updates on Avengers Doomsday, the Russo brothers themselves said, haha, here go 2 more for you. Because they just revealed a whole bunch of brand new details about Avengers Doomsday that really might shock you. And on top of that, we got industry insiders talking about what the story could actually be about. And if it's true, this movie really might make $3 billion. And me and you, we gotta talk about it. Ever since it was announced that the Russo brothers were coming back to direct not just Doomsday, but Avengers Secret War, and that Robert Downey Jr. was also returning to play not Iron Man, Dr. Doom, a lot of Marvel fans have been like, what is this gonna be about? And then we got those concept art leaks, which honestly felt like a tactical move, because my excitement, your excitement is through the roof now. And you smell that? I think they're cooking. But on top of that, the Russo brothers have been making their rounds doing interviews for Electric State, and of course, they've been asked about Doomsday and Secret Wars to death. And one thing that they made clear is that Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars has to outdo Endgame and Infinity War, stating we at least have to take you on an equally engaging journey, so we're doing what we can to deliver the experience everyone, I think, hopes for. And when they were asked about potential runtimes for both Doomsday and Secret War, they said if I were a betting man, I'd say the first one's probably 2.5 hours and the second one's 3. I feel like they're halfway joking, but they're also serious, because those are the runtimes for Infinity War and Endgame. But honestly, both of these might have to be 3+ hours. Now, they weren't directly asked about those concept art leaks, but they were asked how they're going to be able to prevent leaks for both Doomsday and Secret Wars, to which they said they've specifically strategized to avoid leaks. They're going to mostly be filming on sound stages, so that means we might be getting one of the ugliest movies of all time, because that means more blue screens, more green screen. But I mean, shit, how else can you make Battleworld look real? They're even going to be reusing the Sanctum Sanctorum set for Doomsday, probably to do some more yellow sparkly shit, but they also picked specific filming locations to avoid leaks, so I'm glad they're filming on location too. Now this right here gets me even more excited, because the Russo brothers stated that Robert Downey Jr. is immersed in preparing for his role as Dr. Doom. I just hope he says welcome to Latveria. And apparently he's writing backstory, costume ideas, but he's really excited to play this 3-dimensional character, and he sees it as a real opportunity. I mean shit, this is the man who started the MCU essentially, was the face of it for so many years, so to see him turn heel like John Cena is going to be really interesting. I've stated from the jump, I'm cautiously optimistic about this approach, just because of my love for Doom in the comics and various media. I wasn't the biggest fan of the casting, but there's so many cool story potential you can do with an evil Dr. Doom, Tony Stark variant, especially in the MCU, so we all gotta look at it as an adaptation and stop looking at the comics as the end-all be-all, because this is gonna be adapted anyway. But they also revealed that it was Robert Downey Jr. who signed on first, and he was only gonna do it if the Russo brothers were attached.
Take me to the moment where you looked at each other and went, let's call Robert Downey Jr. and ask him if he'll come back.
Interestingly enough, Downey decided to go back before we decided to go back.
Yeah.
I had a dinner with Downey about a year before we agreed to do the movie, where he was trying to convince us why we should do the movie. We just didn't have a story to tell. We didn't have a way in yet. And then it hit us. Steve McFeely came up with a really incredible idea.
We were thrilled. I mean, look, Robert is just one of the most talented performers on the planet. And for him to be motivated to explore a new character like Victor Von Doom, it was like, it doesn't get more exciting, yeah.
So $80 million for the Russo brothers later, and even more for Robert Downey Jr. himself. You've got yourself Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now on to the big juicy stuff from Alex Perez, Ayo, of the Cosmic Circus, who's a very reliable industry insider. And he stated that God Loki will be the MacGuffin of Doomsday, and the movie will be a race to see who can get to Loki first. Now if you'll remember, he's at the end of time. He is the tree of life of the entire multiverse. So whoever wields his power wields all of that. So I think that makes for a really compelling narrative, and it's going to pit our heroes up against Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, where Alex Perez also says that Monica Rambeau will have an important role in Avengers Doomsday, which is viewed similarly to Vision's role in Avengers Infinity War, probably due to the fact that she's in a different universe now. But if I had to guess, Doomsday is going to probably be about Sam Wilson trying to recoup as many superheroes, Avengers across the world, and build his own team, to which they probably end up losing in Doomsday, and Doom is the one who gets to Loki first and gets the entire power of the multiverse, which leads directly into Secret War, where I think it'll be a multiversal version of the new Avengers, which makes those concept art leaks even more interesting. Plus, we also got a third storyline out there with the Young Avengers probably assembling. I wonder what their side plot could be about. But we got more Haley Steinfeld, my man, so that means something to me. But mind you, don't forget, we're probably going to be seeing older villains return as new, even more evil versions. But specifically, we're probably getting the OG 6 Avengers evil. That's right, Hydra Cap, Dr. Doom, Tony Stark, probably a Maestro Hulk, Black Widow somehow. All I know is if they get King Thanos and Ultron, Infinity Ultron, it's over. I love that the Russo brothers are aiming for the stars, because they're really trying to make the greatest back-to-back comic book movie event they can, and I respect that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, like and follow if I'm out.